15 months. This is the exact amount of runway I had sitting in my bank account when I hit resign. It was one decision, one fund, and a whole lot of faith. And today I'm going to share with you how I actually built this and why having the money still wasn't the hardest part. Okay, let's talk numbers because I think we should have these conversations more openly, more often, and more honestly. I didn't call mine an emergency fund because emergency kind of seems chaotic to me. It gives me anxiety, like something bad has to happen before I use this money. And I needed peace, and so I called mine my peace of mind fund. So here's how I got the actual number. I asked myself, what is the bare minimum that I need to survive each month? Not thrive, just survive, bare bones. And a lot of people out there say, things about emergency funds like saving, whether it's $1,000 a month, or 3 months, 6 months, all of that. But for me, and what I felt comfortable saving was to think about, how am I going to survive in this economy? And once I got that number, I multiplied that by 15. And this total amount was what I needed liquid in the account before I walked away. That's my runway, and that's what peace of mind looks like in my bank account. I still have my investments, which are growing and thriving on their own, but I needed my peace of mind fund to be liquid, gaining interest and growing, and waiting until I felt ready. So here's how I actually built this. And I want to give you practical steps because we often skip a lot of steps, especially when it comes to saving money, and go straight to, hey, open a high yield savings account without thinking about what has to happen first. So here's step 1, make the decision. And I mean truly make the decision. Not that one day you're going to leave, but pick a date and know your why, because this is going to be a good fuel for you. And I will say sometimes when I wanted to spend more or splurge, my why always brought me back to my end goal. So make sure that your why is greater than your wants. And if you change your dates a couple of times, that's fine. I changed my dates, but have a specific time and why you want to do this. Step 2, tell somebody. Not everybody. Tell one person, a trusted friend that will hold you to it and not project their own fears on you. I had a person like that. And on days when I felt like I was wavering and I didn't want to do this anymore, they would remind me of why I was doing this in the first place. To remember that. And I feel we should have more accountability conversations, especially when we talk about our financial health as well as financial freedom. Step 3, renew your mind. A lot of people skip this, and I had to surround myself with a completely different set of voices, whether that's podcasts about career breaks, financial independence, reading books, but most importantly, my Bible. I created a playlist of a couple of verses that help me trust God more, trust in His provision, and help me let go of my fear. So the same time you're building your fund, also build up your faith, because it's not easy, but you need that encouragement. Step 4, track your spending. I was able to use my budget tracker to look through and look at the Excel columns of what I was actually spending my money on, overspending and underspending. And for me, my 3 main buckets was 1, eating out, because I was so tired from work and I didn't have the strength to cook. And so I ended up ordering more than cooking at home. The second was nail appointment, mani-pedis. And so I had to reduce that amount of time or amount of appointments that I had and actually space them out so I could still enjoy them, but just not that frequently. The third was gifting. I love giving gifts. Just had to plan a little bit better so I could have a select budget for that. And so now I have a budget set out for gifting, and once I finish that for the month, that's it. Step 5, opening that peace of mind fund. And you could change the name however suits you. I just felt peace of mind felt more me and not emergency. So choose it whatever you want, whether it's your freedom fund, what have you, do that for yourself. And so what that looks like is opening a high yield savings account at a different bank. At this bank, I did not have a debit card for it, so I could not access the money. The only time I could access it if I go on my laptop. So creating a bit of a wall or a barrier helped me save faster. And so I have my peace of mind fund in a high yield savings account because it gives higher interest than your regular banks. So that way it's growing out of sight, out of mind. And that was great for me to be able to build that up. Step 6, automate it. Automate it so that you don't have to think about transferring here, transferring there. For me, it was already funding. I was paying myself first before I could enjoy the rest of my money. So automate this so that it's easier for you to set it and forget it. And the last step is celebrate your small wins. No one talks about this enough, but celebrate as you're on this journey. It takes a lot to be able to restrict yourself and be more disciplined about saving. So whether you're 10% to your goal, 25% to your goal, celebrate that and encourage yourself because you're doing a really great job. Was this easy? No. The golden handcuffs are real, especially when you're used to getting your direct deposits that's just hitting every 2 weeks. You're the high performer, you're the high achiever, you are the provider, and you have your things together. And letting go of that and letting go of the salary may feel like you're losing a little piece of yourself. But let me get you to hear this. Even with me having over $40,000 in my bank account, I was still scared. I was still asked the question, what if it runs out? What if that runs out? But I had to make a decision. What was more expensive? The risk of trying or the cost of staying? And the cost of staying for me was my health, was my peace, and it was my life. And so I chose the risk. I didn't just buy time by building this fund. I bought the ability to sit in my own thoughts, to be able to know who I am without being someone else's employee, and also to wake up on a random Tuesday and feel like myself. That's what the peace of mind brought me. And if you are in a season, or if you're thinking about, hey, what's my exit plan? How do I fund this? Think about what is the expense that is a stress expense in disguise. And what I mean by that is, for me, it was eating out. I was eating out more because I was stressed and didn't have energy to cook because I was stressed from the job. And so drop yours in the comment. What does that look like for you? Let's chat more in the comments. Subscribe if this resonated with you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.